Just getting low Jackson. Good times never felt so good. So good, so good, so good. Sweet. Hey guys, we are live, Charlie. Let's pull you on over back this way. I have to like update my calendar. Hey guys, what's up? We are live. Welcome to Vixen After Dark. Thank you so much for staying tuned in, tapped in, and turned on. I'm your host, Leticia Ofo. If you guys have not already joined the fam, please make sure you go ahead and smash the subscribe button, click the bell right next to it. Ding! That way you guys are notified every time I go live. What's up, y'all? So, hopefully you guys watched my other video from earlier. I did definitely talk about Mars moving into Libra, so you may want to stay tuned into that as well. So today we're going to be discussing Uranus going retrograde. Dun, 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 dun. So, you guys, major planets. Hold on, let me pull up the charts here. We have all planets pretty much retrograde except for Mars and Jupiter. Oh my god, I have something stuck on my finger. Oh, it was glue. So yeah, I mean, that's been the name of the game, right? Retrograde season. I have Jax on my lap if you guys are wondering what all is going down. He loves to hang out with mommy. Oh, poo poo. You guys seen him in the icon video? So funny, right? So anyways, if you guys are new here, what's up? I always go live every single day of the week for the most part. For the most part, you know. And then you guys can also find me at vixenafterdark.com. If you are continuing back on, what's up guys, you know how I roll. We always do timestamps after the live video, that way you guys can refer back to the points that you want to be tuned in, tapped in, and turned on to. Personal readings, all of that, social media handles, you guys can find me at Vixen After Dark. Everything's in the description box down below. Don't forget, if you guys are looking for my other personal Instagram and TikTok, I just changed the name to Lady T333. Boom, rebranded, revamped over there because we got some new things going on. So right now, guys, I'm gonna pull up information. So let me tell you what I'm gonna talk about. So today we're gonna talk about Uranus retrograding. Okay, retrograde edition. I already did a Uranus and Taurus video previously. I went into the nitty-gritty details of Uranus and the history, Uranus and Taurus energy, what to look out for, what houses this has been playing out in for you. So you should already know this information pretty much for the most part. If not, just in case you missed that video, I will do a low-key recap of Uranus energy, Taurus energy, but it's going to be low-key a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be just a little bit of a reminder. And then we'll tap into, as far as the pre-shadow phase that we already went through, since it's going to be retrograding. Oh, I want to get the technicality of that because I'm looking at the charts right now and it's saying it's still stationed. So what I'll do is do like hour by hour and see the exact time. So I'll talk about while it's retrograding and also the post-shadow, okay? Energy, maybe even throw in some crystals and what you could be wearing. We're also going to talk, who's that? Hi, Ray. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. We're also going to be talking about self and the mind, love and relationships, money and career. You guys know how I roll. Negative and positive of that, of course. Hopefully you know your rising sign, right? So whatever your rising sign is, you will know what particular house this has been playing out for you. I'll teach you a little bit of alchemy because, you know, you guys know I'm like the true alchemist here, okay? We don't just, whatever's just given to us, we don't just only deal with that. We know how to work our charts, right? And all these tools. So if you don't, I'm gonna teach you how. So I'll give you a little snippet of that. Then I'm gonna run through the houses 1 through 12. I'll give you, probably since it's retrograding this time around, pretty much what to reflect on. I'll give you probably what to reconsider or reflect on as far as negative and positive and a solution for the houses 1 through 12. Sound good? And then I will do a collective spread, collective energy update, also do Tarotstrology. We'll throw in numerology within those oracles. I do want to utilize this angel deck that I have. It's new and I want to use it. Well, I used it before, but you know. And then we'll do tarot for each individual sign for a message for you. So without further ado, let's pull up the charts. All right, guys. So I'm going to go, let me do this really quick hour by hour because on AstroSeek it's telling me it's not retro yet. It's still stationed. And if I do the next hour, no. Let me just see when I get the little R going here. I bet you it's gonna, yep, there it goes. So see, so today's the 28th. By the time you're watching this video, it's about to be, you know, midnight where I'm at. I know it's kind of late, but I have energy and I'm up. What's up, TJ? So retrograde, technically, it says on my end, August 29th at 7:49. So I'm thinking 7:49 in the morning, period. Okay, so depending on where you're at in the world, this is going to be happening for 5 months, okay? This is a 5-month retrograde in Uranus, so all the way up until January 27th of 2024. So you may want to stay tuned and tap and turn off for this video. You guys know I always break it down and be relatable, that way you guys can understand and overstand, especially if you're a person that's not into astrology. Over on my channel over here, I help you understand by relating it to real facts and what the hell we got playing out, okay? Because it's retrograde season, so that's gonna make it 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's gonna be 8 planets retrograding. I mean, North Node is not a planet, but you catch my drift. 8 retrogrades happening, okay? You know, we're in Virgo season. We just started, so it's up to all my Virgies. The moon just went into Aquarius. I talked about that information earlier, so I'm not going to be discussing that in this particular video. So if you want to know about what's going on in the moon, just a whole bunch of airheaded energy, you can go over there. Detaching, aloof. But also can be, you know, of intellect as well if you utilize the energy correctly. So, let's go ahead and kind of get started, guys, as far as what's up with this Uranus retrograde energy, what you need to be looking out for, okay? But let's break it down. I like to break it down super simple, and then we can go knee deep in, and then we'll go into the readings and individual signs, okay? So as far as we all know, Uranus, okay? Uranus rules Aquarius. I call it the co-ruler primary. Is Saturn for Aquarius, okay? Some astrologers are different, but Uranus co-ruler, okay? Because it's a little farther up. So anyways, now that we know that Uranus has been in Taurus and it's going to retrograde for the next 5 months, watch my last video, Uranus and Taurus energy, of what you should have been looking out for and what should have already been playing out in whatever particular house. But like I said, I'm going to do a little recap, okay? So we all know that Uranus actually falls in the sign of Taurus. What does falls mean? Well, it's just kind of like, it's less comfortable. It's less effective when it's in the sign. And also too, it's kind of like, it may be a little bit more challenging to materialize or manifest. That's all. That's all the word falls kind of means whenever you hear a planet is falling in a certain zodiac sign, okay? So let's tap into like Uranus energy really quick, guys, just so you kind of know what is Uranus anyways, if you guys don't know. So think of Uranus energy, think of the U to memorize it. Uranus, unpredictable. It's the great mover, the shaker. You know, it creates a lot of change in the world. It can create chaos. It pretty much, anything that's stagnant, it puts a crack in that kind of energy, a crack in resistance. It kind of like opens the way for something to, you know, change, for something to happen, right? So think of it like, how do I say it? Think of it like showing off, like showing off the past, okay? It's showing you the past when it's retrograding. It's showing you the past. Here's the past. But yet now, okay, honey, it's time to make room for the new. Like by having those Uranus, unexpected solutions that come along with that. You never thought that you could, make happen. Okay. So for the most part, Uranus is very magnetic. It's eccentric. Hence why if you think of Aquarian energy, they always say they're so weird or out of the box kind of an energy, because I like the word eccentric. It sounds a little bit better. So they're known as, Uranus is like a misfit kind of a planet. Because it kind of breaks from the social norm, the status quo. It's genius. It's of intellect. It's, that's why it rules the air sign of Aquarius. I know it sounds like people think Aquarius is water, but it's actually air, even though it has the water barrier as, the icon of it all. But so for the most part, this planet also rules technology. I know when people say Mercury's retrograding right now, we'll think Mercury's retrograding as well. Saturn's been retrograding. Uranus is now going retrograde. So all of those also deal with technology too. It's not just Mercury. It's Uranus deals with a lot of technology. So, okay. Also, think of Uranus energy. Like I said earlier, this can be feeling like people could be feeling detached or just kind of aloof, all over the place in a sense. Uranus energy, it's like you don't care to be socially accepted. You don't care that no one likes whatever the hell. Like you're not here to please anybody kind of energy. That's like Uranus energy. But also you are aware of, it's like you can have a deep sense of social awareness, but you just might not care about what anybody thinks. Hence why Uranus does the unexpected and thinks outside of the box and is like a one-of-a-kind deal, Holyfield kind of an energy, okay? So now let's kind of mix in the Taurus energy, and then we'll blend it all together. So think of Taurus energy. It's rebellious. It's an earth sign. Like I said, Uranus falls in Taurus, so it's kind of unstable here in a sense. It's been there like that. Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is the planet of love and relationships and money. And so it also, its home is the second house, okay, of our things that you value, the material world, finances, things of that nature. So it's a fixed feminine earth energy, period. Remember the word fixed, okay? What else? Okay, so when you kind of like, yeah, that's called it all. You can watch my other video for the details of that. But just think of it like it's like kind of like an irresistible force coming together that meets like, an immovable object that creates a lot of tension for us. Squares, challenges, oppositions, let me tell you, okay? That's why they call Uranus, it's like, think of like, we've interrupted your regularly scheduled programming. Like literally that's Uranus, right? So, it has something to blow. It has something to say. It has something to do. It's like it's here to cause ruckus. It's here to switch up your normal, regular, schmegular, degular to get you chucking and jiving on something new. Like we all need to be evolving and growing. I'm sorry if you're the same person from 3 years ago. You should be embracing change. Like you need to be doing something different. And if you're my friend and you hear me talking to you about this, this is why. Because you don't want to get that unexpected, colossal, dramatic, detriment type of an situation happen. You want something that when it does pull from under the rug, you're like, well, let's figure out a solution. All right, let me call up a buddy. Let's go ahead and get this fixed. Versus like freaking out, getting depressed, going into a turtle shell, drinking, smoking, like losing your mind kind of an energy. You know what I'm saying? Like we'd rather have you do the other way, So this is why I prep you guys for these things. So, like I said, so it's inventive, but it's in a practical side of Taurus. So Taurus energy, think like really quick. Taurus is all about the material world. So we've been all thinking about anything that is within the material world, okay? Especially when it comes to money, resources, all of the things that people don't like really talking about, right? Or all the things that people do like to flash if they have it. So it's very steadfast, productive, practical, you know, very firm, Taurus doesn't like change, hence why Uranus falls in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is fixed. They like things the way they like them. Here comes Uranus coming in and interrupting that, right? No, we're going to change, because you got to remember that Taurus energy is very stubborn, okay? They can be very possessive. They like routine. They like to know exactly what they're doing the next day and tomorrow. Once they get into some uncharted territory, it's like, woe is me. So they can be very slow when it comes to change. But they're also very patient, okay? But you can also overindulge too, because remember, Taurus rules a house of 2. Okay, so overindulging, like this is over shopping, overspending, all of those things can happen in the house of 2. So let's kind of talk about the pre-shadow phase of retrograde that we've already been facing the last 2 weeks. Some of you guys probably feel it, some of you guys may not. You may not know what the hell's been going on. And then we'll talk about retrograde energy, and then we'll also talk about the post-shadow. So you got the 2 week before, actual retrograde, which is the whole full 5 months, and then 2 weeks after those 5 months is still lingering, just like all these other planets that are retrograding right now. Same concept, okay? But I'm just gonna zero it in on Uranus. So let's see here. So with pre-shadow, you guys, for those 2 weeks, just kind of think, I put in my notes here, this is the phase where you start planning stuff in the pre-shadow, right? Think of like you're planning like your dream vacation. You know, you got to book the hotel, you got to book the flight, you got to look at the place, you got to look at the weather, you got to figure out what you're going to wear, who's coming, who's paying for what rooms y'all staying in, what activities you might do. Think of that as like pre-shadow energy. So before Uranus actually officially goes retrograde, which is that they say it's a backward motion, right? In Taurus, so think of it like the warm-up period that we've all been in. It's kind of like it's been warming up. That's why when it says stationed, like technically right now it says stationed until 7:49 in the morning, and on Pacific Standard Time, so Eastern Time, that would be 10:49. So think of it like it's been like warming up, you know, packing bags, checking the weather and all kinds of things, and you're so excited, right? So you might be feeling like you can foreshadow what's going to happen on your trip, or, you know, you may see certain things happening. So think of Uranus as like, okay, you got your bags packed. Oh, you're ready to go on a trip. Oh, we're about to like make something happen here. We're about to really throw a wrench in your plans. Like somebody's about to miss a flight. You might not get your bag when you land. Something might be up at the room. You got to put on an extra $200 deposit you didn't know about, or a holding fee or something that you didn't calculate for, or you know, it's something like that. Like that's Uranus, like something unexpected, out the blue, out the wild, just to see how you're going to react and respond to it, to see if you can handle this energy, right? So when it becomes retrograde, technically, which would be August 29th, which it says here. I know in a lot of charts it said the 28th, but I think this is like prepping. But I was trying to look for my little, like, oh, here it is. Oh, I do have one. I have one upstairs and downstairs because I do videos upstairs and downstairs. So this is our little, like, astro event chart, right? What's today? So yeah, so same day, Mars goes into, you know, Libra. I did that video earlier. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else going on. I'm going to do the full moon in Pisces video tomorrow. But yeah, nothing else super major is happening at the same token. So yeah, we're going to talk about that. But anyways, so now think of like retrograde while it's retrograding, okay? So think of that, think of retrograde. The hell is that noise? Jax? Sorry. So now let's kind of like, we're in the retrograde energy, right? You can either think that you're on the vacation trip or whatever, or let's just look at it like a roller coaster. Let's make it even simpler, okay? Let's think of it like a roller coaster ride. It's like you're taking a thrilling roller coaster ride at the theme park, right? And so you hop on this ride. So during this retrograde phase, you may already kind of know it's going to be a little tipsy, topsy-turvy when you're going on the ride. You like kind of already know these things, right? AKA surprises or changes. The aha moments could kind of like pop up unexpectedly with this Uranus energy. So it's kind of like, you know, when you're on a roller coaster and all of a sudden you're going up and then boom, you drop down, you're like, ah, and then you make a huge turn, woo, and you're like, ah, and your face is all like dysmorphed and everything like that because you didn't know that it was going to go like this and like that and up and down all around town. So during this retrograde energy, while it's retrograding, you might be like trying to reflect and reconsider some things and really, you know, check things out as far as like, have you been approaching different aspects in your life the right way or not? Have you been accepting changes? Have you been making changes? Are they the right changes? Are they good changes or bad changes? Like good habits or bad habits? You know, whatever kind of mode you've been growing into in this new character, is it the right energy for you? Has it been working out? Have you been embracing the change or have you been running from it? So Uranus is going to be looking at all these things, aka it's kind of like, think of your higher self kind of like peeping game on you right now, like, you know what I'm saying? Have you been taking the necessary changes, like changing your patterns, behaviors, morals, beliefs, values? And especially when it's in Taurus, so now we got to add in the Taurus mix. It's kind of like the things that you value, the people, also your material possessions, or you know, what else, material goods, all of those things. Okay, it's kind of like you looking at this material world kind of an energy. Like, have you been walking in gratitude and grateful for the things that you have you been like, you know, are you been scraping by with just enough and you're okay with it? Or have you been having tantrum city and you haven't came up with any solutions? You just been stuck and stagnant doing the same thing and you're not elevating, you're not evolving, you're not growing, you're just mundane. Well, here comes Uranus. It's going to shake shit up, right? For the most part. So once you figure out and you see all these things in Mercury retrograde, so you'll probably see certain circumstances, however, whatever house this is playing out for you, whether this is yourself in some form or fashion you need to change, whether this is, you know, your money game needs to switch up, whether this is how you talk to people or converse with others, whether this is something in your home, whether this is like a creative project or something that you're passionate about, whether this is, like, I can keep going, you know, whether this is your health, something you need to change within what your eating habits, what you're drinking, are you active, are you not? That you may need to switch up, something in your daily living activities you might need to switch up. Is it your love relationships? Is it your whatever business partnerships, situationships, any partnership that you're sailing, any social groups and connections that you've been vibing with? Does something need to change in those areas? I mean, you know, the way that you talk to yourself, anything that you need to learn, any outdated programs, any outdated or old belief systems, morals, values. I can go in. Anything you may need to strive higher, learn a little bit more, tap in. You know what I'm saying? Gain. Ooh. Jax! I guess that was a sign. Somebody needs to change something, right? So whether this is a new job, a new career, a new environment, or maybe, you know, something as far as internally, spiritually, okay? It doesn't always have to be physical since it's in Taurus, because you still have that 12th house energy too that can be playing out. So something needs to be changed, right? And you will notice this during retrograde season. Something will be so black and white to where you know you need to fix this, or you know you need to stop this or that, so that needs to go down. So once you figure that thing out and you see it, or a couple of things, right? And we're only talking about Uranus right now, but it can involve multiple aspects of that, whether this is financial, whether this is, you know, connections that have to do with that, whatever you value in life, okay? Post shadow, so 2 weeks after this 5-month period, this is called the post shadow. This lasts for a couple of weeks. So after you're on this roller coaster ride, I already took a screenshot of your face, like going, ah! You know what I'm saying? You know, you get off the ride and you see your picture and you're like, oh my God, I looked a hot mess. I wish I could retake it and do it over again. Where's CGI when you need it? Where's Facetune when you need it? Like, but you're like, oh, well, I got the picture, I got the memory, I did it, and now you're back home, right? So it's like when you come home, think of like the initial trip, right? So now it's time to unpack your bags, unpack your luggage. You know, you looking at all your cool photos that you took, the ones that weren't so great, the ones that were, all the videos, you know, everything. So similar to the post shadow retrograde phase, Uranus is going to move forward again once it goes post, after those 2 weeks, it's going to go direct back to normal again. So now you look back at those memories or that picture that's like, oh, right? And you're going to see what happened. So while it's moving forward, this is where that lingering energy from the retrograde is going to sit. Because now you're like looking back, you're like, damn, right? You're processing everything right now. You're processing all the insights, all the experiences, everything that's kind of went down. And so now you got to adjust because things were shaking up. Oh, right? It was shaken up. It was out of your control. Change just kind of happened, whether a job got ripped away, a relationship, a connection, you lost some money, some friends, whatever, you lost your mind, whatever happened. And particularly it's going to be things that are related to Taurian things, right? So whatever happened in those shifts, now you're going to be thinking about all those things on how you can move forward because you now have to be solution based. You can't just sit there and do nothing, you know what I'm saying, about whatever happened. Like you got to do something, or at least sit there and figure out what you learned. There has to be a lesson in all of this, right? So this is why I'm prepping you. So in order to, you know, some of you guys like to, you know, wear crystals or deal with crystals, whatever. Let's kind of like switch it up a little bit. As far as the crystal game, lapis lazuli is grand, sapphire, aquamarine, and that's like azurite, chalcedony is really good too. But think of Taurus too. Taurus is like tiger's eye, tourmaline, selenite, diamonds, emeralds, malachite. Ooh, I'm wearing malachite right now. Any rhodonite, things of that nature. You can program these crystals, or when you create a magic square with these crystals in it, and whatever spiritual work that you do, that can really assist you with whatever changes that come. You're not going to have a freak out moment. You're going to have programmed your crystals or whatever it is, whatever kind of work that you do, to make sure that you give yourself those 5 minutes of freaking out, but then you go to solutions, like whatever it is, or you have people around you that have solutions that can really help you out, or you're open to changing. You allow the change to kind of come in and you embrace it. Okay. This is kind of like, you know, when you go to the store and you like buy a shirt, it's like $100, and all of a sudden you wear it for one night and the button pops and you're like, what the hell? Instead of just saying, oh, I'm going to throw it away and toss it, you're probably going to be like, you got a sewing kit? Anybody got a sewing kit? Because I'm going to put this button back on and I'm going to wear this again. Like, I paid $100 for this. You know what I'm saying? So you went to the show and everything. You had like a whole, maybe you had like a little jacket or something that covered it, or something that nobody noticed, only but you sure did go home and fix it, right? So anyways, that's that. So now let's kind of like all that combined together. Let's kind of talk about what the energy will be like for the next 5 months while Uranus is retrograding. So let's talk about the collective energy, guys, really quick here. So as far as the collective energy, you know, I'm going to do negative and positive because I always like to give you guys both jam and jelly, right? So pretty much for the most part, as far as positive energy, just imagine, you know, your favorite cozy spot. Uranus goes retrograde in Taurus. Boom. It's kind of like taking a breather on, like, while you're in your comfort zone and you're on your couch with your blanket, you know, you're so cozy. So you kind of might find yourself reflecting more on your own values because it's Taurus energy. Retrogrades force us to kind of go inward. So a lot of us have been going inward with this retrograde season, with all of these goddamn planets going retrograde. Now you're thinking like, damn, what do I value? Who do I value? What do I want to do? What's going to bring me a sense of security? What's going to bring in stability for me? Because I keep going job after job, or I keep going opportunity hopping to opportunity hopping. It's just like scrounging up, you know, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, paycheck to paycheck, or I'm trying to pay this. And if once I get this in and then it just goes right back out, it's just kind of like you're really probably thinking of what's going to make me feel secure. What is going to build these bricks of my foundation that's going to really fulfill me with security. Now I can have like, you know, a savings, or now I'm set for part 2 of quarantining if they do it. You know, I've got like 3 racks, 4 racks, 10 racks saved up. I'm good to go. I've got all the water and toilet paper, paper towel, whatever, canned food. I got everything, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, now we're all kind of thinking of what truly matters right now. So really think about this. What have you been spending your time on that you can't change? Rather, you should spend your time on getting yourself set up nice for anything that's about to shake shit up, period, right? So in a retrograde, this is time to slow down on whatever it is that you've been tapping into, because sometimes, you know, when you move too quick and you move too fast. So think of retrograde season as this time, it's like a rewind. It's a quick like glitch. You know, sometimes you're watching something and it like goes, and it goes back like 10 seconds, or it stops, or you got to rewind it because it like glitched out. Same thing. Okay. So it's slowing you down to really allow you to really think about what's going to bring you stability, but also bring you peace at the same time, period. Okay. So the negative side to all of these retrograde energies are just Uranus and Taurus retrograding. Sometimes that comfy spot can get a little bit too snug. You might get a little too comfortable and just sitting there chilling all cozy with your blanket, right? On the couch. You're just like, So during the retrograde, there might be some moments to where, you know, you might feel stuck. Okay, you might feel a little bit restless. You're like, what do I do next? Uranus loves surprises. I hate to break it to you, but especially in the sign of Taurus. So it can bring a definite unexpected twist to your routines, your thought patterns, things that you're used to doing. Like I said, remember, Taurus isn't like that. That's why it falls here. So when this happens, you know, it's time to really embrace the change, even though it may feel uncomfortable. Remember, if you want to live a comfortable life, sometimes it'll take, it's like, think of someone like picking you up and shaking something out of you. Like, why don't you get it? Like, you know, when you're trying to explain something to someone, you're like, how come they don't get it? Like, it's just common sense. But remember, common sense ain't common anymore, right? It's the same kind of an energy. So think of it like that. So especially when it comes to love and relationships, let's kind of talk about that. So love and relationships, you know, those cozy nights by the fire and, ooh, I love you and I want to be with you. Now here comes Uranus in retrograde, you know, might sprinkle a touch of excitement into your relationship. So it's really a chance to discover, unpeel those onion layers of who you thought you knew or who you thought you was talking to during retrograde season. This is why they call it breakup season, because some people can't handle this energy, especially when they're sharing their space with somebody else, especially if you live with somebody, or if you have kids that are still little and small. They don't know what's really going on, you know what I'm saying? But it can be extra for you because it's retrograde, right? So this is a chance to really see how intimate you are with whoever you're talking to, whether you're dating or whether you're getting to know someone, like you guys have been, you know, rocking and rolling for months now or a year, whether this is like friendships, business partnerships, you know, any connections that you're trying to like make deeper right now during this time. This might shake up your guys' routine. You used to get text messages every night or, you know, talk every day or whatever, but now it's different now. You know, routines might be a little bit different with your loved ones. You know what I'm saying? Especially during the season, we're back at school. People's schedules just might be a little bit different, okay? Summer's like literally going into, you know, fall and, you know, everyone's kind of like getting set up, right? So, you can have like some unconventional conversations, which can really lead to, you know, some of it can be deeper conversations. Now, depending on how those conversations go, it's totally up to how you react and respond to it, right? Pretty much for the most part, it'll really test to see how much on the same accord you are with the people that you're conversing with, period. So here goes the negative side to this. So picture you with that cozy blanket on the couch in front of the fire. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually the blanket I don't know, gets caught in the fire. I'm not calling that on anybody, but I'm just saying. Or just, let's say the blanket just falls off, or, you know, you drop your cup of joe or your glass of wine, spills on the white carpet, you know, because your blanket fell on the floor, and there goes your cup. There goes your cup. Or there goes your food and chips and salsa or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like something like unexpected, just like, God damn it. Like, oh, now I gotta go clean it up, right? You think of a solution right after, right? So think of it like that. There's gonna be moments where it's just gonna be like out of the blue, something happens. Now, in connections, you may feel disconnected from your partner. They might be like, oh, aloof. They might not want to go deep in their emotions. They might not want to talk about anything. They might want to just be kind of all over the place. Okay, so like I said, there might be a mini shakeup in any connections that you may have, possibly, depending on how you know how to handle this energy or not. Some people do, some people don't. Taurus is very predictable. It's an earth sign. It's very practical. Like I said, they're a fixed sign. You pretty much know what a Taurus is going to say or do next for the most part. Not saying all Tauruses, but I'm just saying Taurus energy, right? And Uranus is all about bringing the surprises, right? So don't worry about these hiccups. Don't let it set you back. Allow it to let you grow. That way you can add more spicing to your seasoning cabinet, right? You know how to season your chicken. You get a little bit more of an understanding of things that's going on. Now, as far as money and career, oh, excuse me, since Taurus does rule the second house of the things, people, places, and things that we value, right? So as far as money and career, guys, on the positive end of this, so imagine you have like a mug full of warm cocoa, right? And during this retrograde season, you know, you might get creative with your resources during this time on how you can earn a living, right? So you're just sitting there. So Uranus can really inspire you to think outside of the box when it comes to money and career, okay? You really like can do something just so out of the ordinary. You're like, oh my God, nobody's doing this, so I'm gonna do it. Like, this ain't viral yet, so I'm gonna start it up. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be the plug and the key and the go-to or the first person to create this dance. Or you're like on TikTok and you're like trying to do something new and different that nobody's doing, like, or a new song, or you're just trying to like do something different with a filter or a sound or the way you look or something, right? Because it's going to help you bring the bag on that platform or whatever. I don't know. I'm just giving you an example. So, this can really boost or advance your career by thinking outside the box, doing something different. This is the energy, guys. I've been telling y'all, know I've been preaching this for months. I'm like, you could be the go-to, the plug, the guru, and whatever, because this is where the energy's at. If you know how to use this right and you use it to its fullest potential and alchemize the energy, right, that's given to you. So a lot of people, you see it, they're going viral for doing dumb stuff or just talking about like anything. I don't care if it's sexual, if it's political, if it's about, you know, sports, or these headlines about celebrities, cooking. Somebody's doing something somewhere, makeup, dances, whatever, you name it, and they're just going viral, baby. And that's that hint for you. Maybe you can go viral on something like that. If you're consistent, if you're serious, if you're passionate about it, and you're ready to rock and roll, and you're serious about getting the bag, you're serious about building your foundation and bringing stability on a consistent basis. You know what I'm saying? Not just a one-hit wonder kind of a vibe. So, with that being said, sometimes you'll be sitting with your warm cocoa thinking about all these grand ideas and things that you want to do, right? So here comes Uranus throwing in another wrench. You know, you realize, oh, damn, I can't just go viral in 24 hours on TikTok. Like, I gotta keep doing this. I gotta keep posting. I gotta get creative. What? Like, I can't just do something dumb and get like, I mean, some people can because it's really written in the stars, but it's not as easy as you think, right? So you're sitting there. This is where you might spill your hot cocoa in the realization of, yeah, not everything's going to go as planned as you planned it out or however you imagined or thought. It's going to happen in an adjacent kind of a possibility, in an adjacent kind of a way. Like, it may still happen, but it may not happen the way that you intended it to happen. Or sometimes it might not happen at all. So as far as money and career, there could be instances where you feel you might be uncertain of how you're going to get your money, how you're going to pay something off, how you're going to invest in something. You know, you might be like wondering, is this job for me? Should I even start a business, or should I continue working here? Should I get another job? Should I do a side hustle? Like, excuse me, it's got everybody kind of thinking about money, work, career, all of that stuff. Because Taurus is all about being stable. They're the stabilizer. Okay, so with this energy, you know, while Taurus appreciates being stable, and then Uranus likes to be partying and on their toes and just, you know, all over the place, you got to be open-minded. You have to be so open-minded. It's bananas right now. Now is not the time to be stuck on one thing. I hope you are multifaceted. I feel like, you know, when people used to say you can't be a jack of all trades but a master of none, I think that's retarded. Like, we all should be creators of every kind of thing. Now, let's say, for example, you know how to put a tire on the car. You know how to wash your car too. But you also know how to do tarot cards. You also know how to rollerblade. You also know how to paint your house. You also, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, fix something that's broken. Whatever it is, like, you're so multifaceted. You know how to do all these things, but maybe there's one thing where you're just super passionate about, but also there could be another thing that you're just really good at. It's like you could be such a mathematician, but math just, it doesn't tickle your fancy. And you over here crunching numbers like, people are like, what's 3,168 plus da 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 da? And you're like, da 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 da. And you like give the answer right out of your head. You don't have to write nothing down. Like, you can be a total math wizard. Just because you're a genius at something doesn't mean that that's where you're going to put your time and energy into. Yeah, you could have went into a Fortune 500 company. Boring. Yeah, CEO, boring. But maybe that's just not what you want to do. But yeah, I brought home the bacon. So here you are. You're like, but I really want to do this. You know what I'm saying? So, that's that Uranus energy, right? And then Uranus and Taurus retrograding is kind of like a cosmic nudge. It's kind of like really encouraging you to explore those new facets of yourself. Explore those things that you've always wanted to do, but maybe you were afraid, or maybe you were worried about what people think, or maybe you think because, you know, you're worried about losing your job and, I don't know, a relationship or friends or whatever, just because you wanted to, like, put all your passion into something that you really would love doing every single day of your life. Okay? So you got to really embrace the unexpected, especially when it comes to your financial portfolio. Like, I see, like, you know, some people, like, they're starting businesses or they're doing certain things. Yeah, they might love to do it as well, but maybe it's not actually paying the rent. It's not paying the bills. Like, it's not getting you transportation. You can't even invest into it to like build it. You know, this is kind of like, you know how they say like someone that's into the arts or whatever, you know, that saying of like, it ain't paying nothing, whether you're a photographer or maybe you like draw or paint or something like that, or maybe you're a singer, an artist. Like, you know, you love doing it, but you still have bills. You still have to put gas in the car. You still have to put food on the table. You still have to put clothes on your back. You still gotta, you know, buy water and, you know, feed maybe even your family if you have a family or not. You know, like, you still gotta have those things. So you gotta have some kind of a hustle, some kind of form of fashion, right? So think of it like that nudge, right? Really explore those things. Look at everything. Look at all your possibilities. Yeah, you might have a few side hustles, and then, you know, keep those side hustles going. If there is something that you're passionate about, have those side hustles kind of fuel your passion, your priority. And then once that hits off, then maybe you can just take that money and then invest and blow those things up, or you can kind of drop them things off and really just focus on that. And so you're at a space where you can bring back those things in. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it make sense for you. Everybody's situation is different, but this is how, that's that energy that Uranus brings that can encourage you to increase your financial portfolio in many different ways. So embrace the unexpected, embrace the change. It may take you out of your comfort zone. Like, it's really hard sometimes to start a business. Like, it's always hard to learn something new, right? You're like, damn it, now I gotta try and learn this and get my license, or I gotta try to learn this and do that. Like, damn, like, I'm over school, right? But yet, you know that you can make $500,000 if you do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's the motivation? you know, it can just give you the life that you've always been dreaming of. You're like, damn, all I had to do was do this for 4 months, and I've been doing X, Y, and Z for like 10, 20 years. Like, I'm on the wrong playing field here. I've been stressing and struggling, paycheck to paycheck, when I could just actually add this in, learn this skill set, and then boom, bam, pow. Whatever money I was making in a week or two, I made it in 30 minutes? What? Like, you probably surprise yourself. What's up, Scat Pack? So that's that energy. So it's kind of like enjoying your favorite cozy book with your cup of coffee, but finding a balance between stability and change. That way you can actually embrace these revelations or this revolutionary type of energy or this unexpected energy and make it fit for you. So let's kind of go into it, guys, how this will affect you. Let's talk about what's your rising. I'll go into the houses and I'll tap into the reading. Okay, so if you feel me, thumbs up the video so far. So let's kind of talk about it. So let's say, for example, let's show you how to alchemize the energy, first of all. I'm going to give you an example to make the most of this retrograde with Uranus, okay? So let's say, for example, since Uranus is in Taurus right now. Taurus is ruled by Venus, right? So you want to look at your chart and see, where is Venus at? Let's say Venus is in your second house, like mine is, right? But it's in Aquarius, but it's in the second house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that Venus second house Aquarian energy and then mix it in with wherever my Uranus and Taurus is at, which for me would be my fifth house of creativity. So once you commingle that energy with that, that's the energy that you need to be utilizing in order to get the most out of this retrograde energy. So I have to use Taurian or Aquarian traits along with this Uranus and retrograde, which I've been doing already because Uranus has been in Taurus energy, but it's now retrograding. So it's kind of like, since I love doing things my own way, that's Aquarian energy. And I value what's unique. I value people that are outside of the box versus trends. I value things that are different. So I would have to bring the flavor into my fifth house of creativity, right? My art, how I express myself and things of that nature to really stand out and be like those hip, fresh pair of sneakers that nobody's wearing on the block kind of an energy, right? Just something, yeah, that's why you see I wear these crazy like glasses, or you might see me, I wore flowers on my head the other day. Like, I just be feeling the energy. I just be doing whatever. I just be like, I don't care what anybody thinks. I just like, whatever I'm rocking is what I like to rock. Like even my crazy big ass rings, whatever. It's just part of my style. That's just me. I'm like, that's that bringing that Aquarian energy into my fifth house, just to give you kind of an update. So also I'm very techie when it comes to, you know, certain things because I have that Aquarian energy, right? So I'm going to pull that over into the fifth house. So this is me. This is why I'm so skilled at digital art, because I put the Aquarian energy into my fifth house of creation and my works of art. Like I'm on Canva every single day. You guys probably seen all my different crazy thumbnails from this channel to my other channel, or any type of flyers I create, or anything that you've seen throughout the years I've been doing. That's why. So I alchemize everything, guys, and this is what I want you guys to do. So anyways, yeah, I can go deep into that. Even fifth house rules like romantic partnerships. So even if I was to add like the Aquarian energy into the fifth house, so with romantic partnerships, you know, I let my uniqueness shine. I let the person know, hey, I'm a little different over here. I'm not the typical like Pisces or the typical person that you see on the block. Like I'm hella different. You know what I mean? I'll show them that. I have an unconventional way of showing my love. And many appreciate that because I'm different. I bring a different energy. Okay. So anyways, I'm just giving you guys some examples of alchemy. So do that for yourself. Now, since we're talking about material world, I would probably have to think outside the box, of course, on how I get the bag, how I make money. So whatever it is that I do, I can't do what everyone else is doing. I have to be whatever I'm passionate about. I have to be super creative and think totally just different with it. Like like whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do things my own way. And this is how I want you guys to do things in your own way versus doing what everyone else is doing. So just to encourage you. So now let's talk about it. So houses 1 through 12, right? So if you have Uranus and Taurus, you already know, you should know a house, but since it's retrograding, I'm still going to give you what to reflect on, what to reconsider, or whatever have you, depending on your house. So first house, if you have Taurus here, the first house is all about self and identity, right? So figure out who you really are for the most part, and don't be afraid to switch up your style when it's retrograding. So for a while now, Uranus has been in Taurus. So let's say, for example, I don't know, you've been rocking long, curly red hair, and now you want to like chop it off and dye it blonde. Don't be afraid to embrace that change. I'm just giving you an example because it's like house number 1. But the negative side to this is don't flip the script on yourself just for the sake of change. Do it because you actually want to do it and you feel like it's necessary and it fits whatever's going on with you. Like, don't do something so sporadic. Let's say, for example, you're getting a job at a conservative bank and all of a sudden, like a week before, you forgot that and you dyed your hair purple, blue, yellow, and green and got tattoos on your face thinking that you might get hired for this sophisticated job piece, and now they're like, well, you know what, we've kind of changed our mind, like when you walk. So of course make it make sense, guys. Come on now, just don't do it just to do it. Do it because it makes sense, right? So embrace changes that make you feel authentic when it's in your first house, but take them a step at a time, okay? Second house. Second house is about finances and value. So Taurus likes to be here, right? But it's retrograding, right? So this is where you need to reconsider, how have you been spending your money? What have you been spending your money on? And has your financial plan that you've had for yourself, has it been working? Have you been overindulging? Did you buy too many big expenses to where you left yourself broke? Or have you been being smart about your money? These are the things that you need to think about in the second house. Have you found new ways to hustle? You know what I'm saying? Is that working out for you, or do you need to switch it up? How has your business been flowing? Have you had clientele? Have you been selling products or whatever it is that you're tapping into? Or has it been stuck and stagnant? Do you need to rebrand it? Do you need to change it? Do you need to add some flair in there? This is what Uranus energy is supposed. Where's the change? Okay. Do you need to get a new hustle? You know what I'm saying? Do you need to drop this job and really go full in on your business? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, switch up your priorities to where you want to make more money here than there. That way you can eventually leave there and go here. Whatever it is, right? So really think about these things. The negative side to this is don't blow your cash on crazy stuff. If your Uranus is in Taurus, remember, it's unexpected. So if you go, you know, let's say you go to Vegas and you spend like, you know, $3,000 on gambling and you, because you was drunk and toe up and trying to have a good time, and you come back home like, oh my God, rent and my car payment and this and that, and all this stuff starts happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to put things out there, but you know what I mean. So, because it's going to hit different. Okay. So solution to this is of course, be smart about your money, right? Duh. And find unique side gigs that kind of match what you got going on now, and save for what really matters. Okay. Third house. Third house is the house of communication and learning, right? So reflect on your words. What are the things that you're saying to yourself, and how are you speaking to other people? Are you able to get your point across? Are people understanding the things that you're saying? You know, are you heard? Are you being positive with how you're thinking and how you're talking to yourself, and how are you getting through? Or have you been a negative Nancy and a pessimistic Paul? You have to review these things right now, okay? Also, too, have you been learning anything? Have you been soaking up some new knowledge? Have you been gaining some new skill sets in this house of 3? I don't know. Also, too, when it's in this house, the negative side to this is don't start any drama just to shake things up. Some people, whether you like it or not, I know you have a few people that they actually like toxic shit. They like drama. You notice how when you talk about something that's so dramatic online, and it's like a fight or a brawl, or somebody was talking shit about somebody else or whatever have you, that goes viral. But if you want to talk about money or finances or learning something or being positive or whatever, it's just like no views, no likes, no engagement, versus something that was like negative and drama and toxic. That's the world that we live in, guys. It's sad but true, right? So a solution for the third house here is speak your truth. with respect and integrity, of course, and really dive into learning new things that actually really intrigue you, okay? Fourth house. So fourth house, this is about home and family. So really rethink your crib vibes and what you got going on. Like, is it fun? Do you have like a happy space for yourself? Do you have a quiet space? Do you have space to where you can lock the kids away and be alone? Do you have space to do certain specific activities like workout, yoga, reading? You know what I'm saying? Like sleeping. Like, do you have all of these things all cozied up, feng shuied, and all the things? You know, is it unique? Does it have your signature on it? Okay, or are we just sitting in a plain house? Like, what are we doing? The negative side to this is try not to cause any chaos in your house when Uranus is retrograding in your sign. These lights are so bright, they be messing up my eyeballs. This is why I wear these. You know, have you been upgrading your space? Maybe with some new techie things, like maybe you got some new like neon lights and shit like that, or maybe you have like, I don't know, doing a new color scheme or something like that, you know. But don't just do it for the sake of change. Let's say I want to paint my whole house purple. And here comes like HOA knocking on your door after $14,000 later. And they're like, I'm sorry, man, but you need to change the color of your house. It doesn't match the street. We're going to have to charge you a fine. It's just like, ah! So be careful of the things that you're doing, okay? Let's think about these things. So a solution for fourth house. Upgrade your space, but, you know, make it all techie and comfortable and all the things. But, you know, make sure you figure out all those little odd ends and things of that nature, okay? Fifth house. We all know fifth house is a creative house. It's all about romantic partnerships as well. So with the fifth house here, switch up your creative game. Add a little bit of excitement to your love life too, because it's romantic partnerships. But don't rush into anything wild when it comes to romances. Like, be careful of the one night stands. You can come back with something going on. You don't want that, okay? Don't do something without thinking about what you're getting yourself into. A solution would be also to get creative and like rock it. Like, just whatever it is you're tapping into, whatever it is you're trying to create, just rock it out. Rock it out with your rainbow socks out, with your cock out, whatever it is. Put a fresh twist on something that you're creating in the fifth house. And bring surprises if you do have a romantic partnership or connection. Bring in some cool surprises and show someone that you care, whether you're dating someone or... You know how the romance department goes. I shouldn't have to tell you. Sixth house. Sixth house is all about health and work because it's the Virgo house. So, reevaluate your health game. Are you eating? Are you drinking your water? Like, is there something you need to stop eating? Like, maybe you're a person that drinks a lot of soda, or you eat a lot of sweet stuff, or you maybe smoke, or maybe you're not working out enough and you know you need to work out, or, you know, like... Are you eating a lot of sugar? You know, you don't need to be. Like, all these different things you could be thinking about. Maybe you need to maybe do like a cleanse or something. Like, I'm going to stop eating red meat and pork and all and chicken, whatever. And I'm going to do vegetarian. I don't know. Like, I'm just throwing things out there. That's kind of extreme, but slow and steady wins the race. So you might need to reevaluate your health game. Maybe work on some new angles as far as like maybe switching up your daily living activities, maybe like fitting in more healthier habits, or have you been doing those healthy habits and have they been working out for you? Like, reevaluating it. Like, is this working out, or are you like inconsistent, or you really don't like it, or you're 1 foot in 1 foot out, you're like sometimesy with something. If there's really a goal that you want to hit, make sure you make it a factor to make sure you hit your goal. You don't want to be sometimesy in something that you're passionate about and that you want to grow or elevate in, especially when it comes to like work endeavors in the sixth house. So don't go overboard though and burn your engines out. A solution to this would be to balance your grind, put in those self-care routines, and try out some alternative wellness routines as well, okay? Let's tap into seventh house. Seventh house, we all know, is about partnerships. Tisha needs more water. Seventh house, we all know, is about partnerships and relationships. Reflect back on, like, are you clicking with other people? Are you vibing with the people that you're with, or the people that you're attracting as far as love relationships, the people that you're attracting as far as friends, business partnerships, situationships, whatever? Is there a click? Is there a vibe? You know, is it cool? Is it not? Is it chummy, or do you need to, like, kick rocks? Like, or do you need to kick somebody out your square? Like, you need to check these things out. Are you having unique, deep bonds, or is it like you feel like you have to second guess them? You don't know if you can trust them. Like, all these things you're going to be questioning right now during this time. So don't stir up any drama. Just make changes where need be and keep it pushing forward. Team up with those that, you know, you really vibe with, you know what I'm saying, that you feel like, you know, I feel like I've known them for like 10 years, oh my god, and you can still be an individual at the same time, and you still can live your life, and you still can do things, you know what I'm saying, without somebody hating on you or giving you the side eye and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? So just kind of keep it real with your communication and who you are, and let them know what's up. Either move forward with them or not, period. 8th house is all about transformation. Where we have a time, yeah. 8th house is all about transformation and intimacy. So you may need to really dive deep, especially when it comes to yourself, your inner being. You might have to deal with a couple of things, okay? Like the emotional side of things. This is the 8th house. It's Scorpio energy. So it's like death and rebirth. You might need to work some kinks out within you so you can transform your life. This is like looking at the man in the mirror and being like, you need to stop doing this. You know what I'm saying? Don't gamble everything on risky business, you know what I'm saying, but just make sure you're doing what's best for you during this time. Get real about your feelings, make the change that you need to make, and then move along. Whatever aligns with you. Don't just do it just because whatever intimate connections you have, they're doing it, you know, because when you have an intimate connection, you guys can kind of influence one another, you know, but make sure you're doing it for you and not that connection, okay? Anyways, 9th house. So 9th house is all about expansion and beliefs, right? So you might need to rethink your morals, values, and belief system. Like, let's say, for example, you're a person that believed in the jab, and then you hear all the news and headlines about it, and now you're like, it's fake, and wearing the mask doesn't do anything. So now you're like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to wear that cape anymore. It's been a lie. So yeah, I don't believe that. I'm going to go more in the holistic healing department. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, just throwing it out there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, you know, you might have to rethink your beliefs, expand your horizons, learn something. Don't jump into something just because everyone's hopping in the same bandwagon and just because the whole world's doing it. Really utilize your discernment, make sure it makes sense for you, and then make a solid, sound decision, period. Because remember, Uranus is retrograding here. So explore different perspectives. Be open to listening to people. Be open to retaining new information, because you might say, I don't even want to talk about politics on here, but, you know, someone might want to go for that person and the other person might want to go for the T, you know what I'm saying? But you might be thinking all the different reasons of why are you voting for T? You should be voting for J, you know? But it's like, no, because T, you know, they're not, da, 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 you know what I'm saying? You might be like, you know what? You're right. Forget Sleepy J. I'm going to go over here to T. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Just to give you a little, like, I don't know, visual. So let your mind kind of roam, but also stay grounded into your own core values, okay? Don't get suckered in. 10th house. 10th house is all about career, public life, okay? So during this time, reflect on your career moves, guys, if it's in the 10th house. Find a new path to success, okay? Some of you guys have been working some jobs like 10 or 15 years, and now there's no room to grow. You can't go any higher there. So it's like you do the same thing every single day, all the time. Or maybe you don't even want to go higher because it's too much responsibility and stress and headache that you don't want. So you kind of stay at a lower pace. So now you're still stuck doing the same thing. And where is that getting you? I haven't seen you go on a vacation. I haven't seen you take any trips. I haven't seen you live life like a badass that you are. You just been stuck in the house watching TV, rinse and repeat, you know, eat shit, sleep in, do it all over again. It's just like, that's your life? That's all you kind of want to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might have to reevaluate what it is that you're tapping into, especially if you're a person that says, I want to go here and I want to do this and I want to do that. Unless you're happy with just sitting at home on your couch every day of your life until you're like 90 and, you know, turn into ashes. I mean, that's totally up to you, but I'm just saying, most people that I know want to go places and do something and be about something and go somewhere. They got a mission, you know what I'm saying? So you might have to add in a couple of things in your new career path. You might have to change up your image a little bit. You might have to walk that talk or be that person that you see that fits whatever character that matches whatever you're trying to portray in this world, okay? You just might have to make those changes, okay? Don't just quit your job, you know what I mean? Like, screw it, bye guys, you know, without having a plan. Jobs aren't bad. Have a plan though. Like, have a backup plan. Like, you know how much money you need to fuel this or that, or to go here, or to do this. Like, you might say screw jobs and businesses. You might just become a nomad and just get a fucking mobile home and go off the grid, for God's sake. Like, you know, it's depending on who you are, but make sure you come with a plan first before you just, you know, while you're exploring all these different options. You know, chase your career dreams or whatever that lines up with your values and build your reputation in a solid way, okay? Next we have 11th house, you guys. Ooh, excuse me. 11th house is all about social networks, community, social groups, whatever, right? So here's another house of like dealing with other people. You might got to reevaluate your crew. I can't even talk. You might have to reevaluate your crew. You might have to make some new unique connections. You might have to go outside. You might have to open your mouth and be like, hey, what's up? My name is Tisha. What do you do for a living? How long have you lived here? Oh my God. Like, I feel like I've known you forever. You're so dope. Do you have kids? Are you married? Oh my God. So what's fun to do around here? You might have to spark a couple of conversations. I hate to break it to you. Closed mouth doesn't get fed. Sometimes you got to get out there. If you want something different, be the change that you want to see, you have to get out there and maybe open your mouth and try not to be, you know, scared in this world. I know we got a lot of things going on, but you shouldn't be scared to step outside of your comfort zone to have a conversation with someone or let someone know, hey, you look good. I like you. I want to take you on a date. You know what I'm saying? Can I go here? Can I fly you out here? Let's do this. Let's do that. Hey, I want you as my business partner. What's up? I like your energy. Like, whatever it is, like, let people know what the deal is. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know what? I feel like I want to be friend. I want to be your friend. Like, can I have a connection with you? Like, let's build it. Let's go there. You know what I mean? Like, be honest. Be honest. But the thing is, remember, utilize your discernment. You can't trust anybody and anything coming your way, right? You gotta like check temperatures. You gotta read the room. You gotta know what they're dishing out. Like, is it matching your morals, values, and beliefs? Are you guys on the same frequency? Is it some energy that you can deal with or not? Because, you know, all of us are trying to figure out who we want to be frustrated with for the rest of our lives, whether this is friendships, lovers, or, you know what I'm saying, like business partners. Who would you rather be frustrated with? That's all it really is, because you're going to get frustrated no matter what in any connections that you meet, but who would you rather do it with? Who can you tolerate in a sense to where it doesn't feel like you're tolerating them? It's just you're loving them unconditionally, flaws and all, and it doesn't matter to you. You're like, oh, that's just Fred. He does it all the time. Ha, ha, ha. You know what I mean? Like, but over here, you got somebody else. You're like, yeah, I don't know about them. And you're always talking smack about them to other people. It's like, yeah, no, just kick them out. Like, we don't have time for gossip and all the superficial fakeness. If you don't like somebody and you don't like how they moving, you keep a check-in. They'll find their own tribe, right? So let it just do that. Link up with people who get your vibe. Stay true to you. Stay true to your own path and what you got going on, period. Last house, 12th house. 12th house is all about spirituality in your inner world. So I would say definitely for the 12th house here, reflect on your spiritual journey, okay? A lot of people, like, you know, we're in the universal year 7, so hence why you see, like, spirituality is a popular theme or whatever. Some people actually really want to know themselves. They just don't know where to get started or how to get started. Well, start inward. Also, too, you know, see if you have any friends that are kind of like already into spirituality, right? Maybe they can pick your brain a little bit, or maybe they can give you resources on where to start, where to go. You know me, I'm gonna tell you your natal chart is the first thing, or your gene key, or your human design, but natal chart. Read about yourself really quick. Read about that snapshot, and then tap into where you're at right now in life and see, oh snap, that's right, that's accurate. And then learn how to master your own energy, okay? And then you can start to see how you react and respond to the world and why you are the way that you are. And you can fix things here. You can, inner childhood healing comes next after that. I mean, that's a whole lifetime journey, but everyone's healing journey is different. Some people have done more work than others. Some people are spiritual babies. Some people are spiritual adults. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, each one teach one, kind of an energy. So reflect on your soul journey. Dive into a deep transformative experience. You may have some spiritual awakenings here, but don't lose yourself. Don't escape. I know it can be a lot of information when you start to tap into the spiritual world. You'll start to know a whole lot of things. You'll be looking like, what was that? Like, you'll be like, oh, now I get it. It's like the rose-colored glasses kind of come off, and you're like, this is what the world really is? Oh, hell no. Like, you'll be looking like, what is this? Why? What did I sign up for? You're like, why am I here? So link up with people who kind of get that vibe, okay? And stay true, though, to your own style and your own morals, values, and beliefs. Like, all y'all don't have to believe in the same things, but at least you'll have, like, an understanding of, you know what I'm saying, of what's going on, for the most part. It's like, you can't have someone that's Christian, you hang out with someone that's Jewish. I mean, you guys can hang out, but you might not have the same belief system if you're in the 12th house and you're talking about this kind of stuff. Sorry, I have my retainer on, so I'm like, so you might not have the same, you might be more like bumping heads or forcing like dogma kind of an energy. You're forcing someone to believe what you believe, and that ain't fun. So we don't want to go there. All right, guys, let's get into the reading. I know y'all ready for the collective spread. Don't ya? So next, we're going to go into the collective energy, guys. This is the part that everybody waits for. That's me being lazy because I don't want to get up to go get another bottle of water. Okay, so let's dive in. We're going to use the Lenormand for starters for the collective energy. This includes, this will include numerology, and these are oracles. You guys know I love to include numerology in everything because it just makes sense. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Oh my god, you guys, look at this cute little jar. I said the last one, F-U-C-K. Don't you just love that? It's so cute. Anyways, let's get started. All right, guys, so let's see, what do we have? What does the collective need to see or hear or to know? I just thought about it. You just said good morning. I'm like, oh yeah, you're East Coast. So funny. All right, guys, collective. We need to know for Uranus in retrograde in the sign of Taurus. What do we need to be aware of? Uranus retrograde. Perfect. All right. Not much, which is great. So we have here 26, okay? So something that, you know, as far as our emotions, our feelings, and our thoughts, things that you have locked away for so long, maybe you've written some diaries about it, you've written some letters and you probably burned them or locked them away or something like that. It's things that you've locked away, things that you kept secret. They're going to come resurface again in this retrograde energy, guys, okay? So it's all about how you react and respond to it. What are you going to do about it? You know what I'm saying? How are you going to be in the receiving mode, giving and receiving kind of a mode? Once all of this kind of hits the fan, in a sense, where are you at with it? You also have the number 10 too. it's like closing and locking them away. You know, it's like once you see what's playing out and then you deal with it, okay? Whether this is information that you found out about somebody and like you held onto that badge and like, oh my God, I can't stand them, I hate them. And then you just lock that feeling away, but you never actually dealt with it. Well, here comes retrograde, forcing you to kind of deal with it. And then that way you can close out that cycle and that chapter and then move on and create a new book. You know what I'm saying? Create a new chapter, turn the page, right? So with that energy, 26 equaling the number of 8, you know, you can be either stuck in a cycle as well with that number 8. So are you keeping yourself stuck in a cycle, or are you bringing in infinite abundance with you being open? It's like, sometimes it's good to be secretive. Not saying like you don't want to tell everybody what you have going on. Not saying like be like that, but you also still want to be open, you know. Being too secretive can make you look like you're manipulating energy or manipulating a person, you know, so you have to be aware of what you're dishing out too. Sometimes we have to kind of like keep things in and not really tell anybody your next move and move like a ninja, right? I mean, that's just like the world that we kind of live in, which sucks, but it's just facts. This is so annoying. I'll move this away. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? Now, some of you guys could even through your experiences. If there's certain experiences that you experience, but you don't want to tell anybody that you experienced and it was you can write a book about it. Literally write a book about it. You can write a song about it. You can create music out of it. There's other outlets, or you can talk to a counselor or something of that fashion or whatever it is to write your own story, because we all have one, right? But it's all about what are you going to do with that story. You could change lives with your story and how you got over something, because last time I checked, if you still here, you still standing on 10 toes and putting your crown back on, clearly you had enough strength and everything to get through everything from your past. 100%. You got through all of the damaged things and you're still here. That says a lot. Like, pat yourself on the back for that, okay? Next, we have 34, okay? We have 2 little fishies, actually we have 3 of them. 3 deep little fishes. This could be like Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, water energy. You may need to use that, or maybe your emotions are about to come out, okay? Whatever it is that you are, whoever you could be dealing with, right? You know, your feelings and emotions for them, whoever you value in life during this time, they could mean something to you. Something could be going on with that. It either can be rocking your house of foundation right now. It can really bring some disturbance or changes. Like, let's say, for example, you have kids and they move out and they're going to college. Or let's say, you know, you were in a relationship and now you're kind of not anymore. You know, it might shake up the home. AKA you could be getting a divorce or breaking up or separating material items, and okay, I'll take that, you take this. Like, oh God, I've been through there. I have a big D under my belt, so I know how it feels. But anyways, but this can also be just you personally, you know, feeling the feelers. You could be like into something, like creatively speaking, and just bring up some emotions for you and just take you down a whole rabbit hole. But whatever it is that you're connecting to, this can also bring in stability for yourself and security. You might be so knee deep into something. It could take you to a higher space. You know, like for me, like I'll put myself up there. So when I draw or when I paint, this is the only thing that I'm thinking about. Like, for some reason, it's just a closed tunnel. I don't have no outside thoughts. I don't think of any like music songs like I normally do, because I'm like a moving jukebox. When I draw, for some reason, I get so zoned out, the world just doesn't exist. So that could be this for you, 34 turning into a number 7. And this will allow you to be in a zone and take action on it. Now, there's also a double-edged sword to this too. You know, when you get so zoned into something and you kind of might forget the surroundings of it all. So this kind of looks like you can also be drowning in your emotions and crying and sad and upset to where you may not take action. Or you can be on the flip side of that to where it's like you're not in your feelings. You're just swimming around in them and letting them happen, whatever. Oh yeah, you're mad, happy, glad, whatever. but yet you're still trucking, you're still driving, you're still like taking action on life. You're not letting anybody or anyone stop you or anything stop you and get in your way, and you're still going forward. Okay, and that's that king energy at the bottom. So I love that for you. Okay. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna look at that a little bit later. I'm not removing my feelings. I know it's hard. It's like going through stuff at the same time, still moving forward. It's like going with the current. You know, some days you might swim left, some days you might swim right. Some days you feel like you got it all, some days you may not got it all. You know what I'm saying? You just probably trying to gasp for air, or some of you guys might be like, where's Nemo? Kind of an energy, you know what I'm saying? So it all depends on your situation. 38. We had a lot of 2, 3, 4s here on the building. However you want to look at that number. So 38. Same difference in a sense. 38 equals 11. So really think about it. Anything that's within, around you right now. So let's say, for example, you're creating something. Let's say, I don't know, you make candles out of where you're at right now. But when you make those candles, honey baby, whatever you say on the candles, wherever you do, wherever you put, people are so happy to receive your candle. Whether you have a quote on it or whatever energy it brings or whatever have you. It's like, it's this monumental moment for you because it can just, you just have that flair, you know. This brings in your divine feminine energy. It's like building bridges together. It's like whatever work you're putting in is allowing yourself to cross the bridge to get to where you need to go, to build your castle, or to just open the floodgates. You know what I'm saying? Like open them gates up. 11 is a master number. So whatever it is that you're taking action on, it's actually giving you the key to go through and walk the gates, you know, or get through, mend bridges, something that you may be tapping into. It's like, I don't know, let's say, for example, you know how like music artists, you listen to a song, right? You're like, man, I'm feeling them lyrics. Hell yeah, turn it up. Same thing. Whatever gift, talent, skill they have is connecting with the outside world, and it's bringing this audience, but it's also not only helping heal somebody mentally and emotionally, but they're also getting a bag for doing something that they are passionate about and that they love doing. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. 42. Whenever you're, you know, this is also travel too. Okay, you could be traveling somewhere, whether this is like in your different chakras, you could be traveling, or this is like physical travel. Some of you guys may be thinking of, you may need to get out of the environment that you're in, the place that you're in, whether this is like your job, whether this is your current home, environment, city, state, country, whatever it is. You might be trying to set up shop somewhere else. Some of you guys, you might be moving or thinking of it, okay? Or you might be trying to focus on just building your home. Building stability and security right now with that Uranus and Taurus retrograding, which is grand, but it might make you a little bit emotional because you may have to change a couple of things. You might have to move. You might have to go travel and go outside. You know what I'm saying? And you might be in your feelers about it. So something within your house may be changing. You may have to be like, you know, wave the white flag. Let's say, for example, you have a roommate or you live with someone and it's so frustrating how they always put the coffee to the right and you like the coffee to the left. So every time you move it back, they move it back. It's like this argument, it's this fight. It's just irritating for you. And like, you're just like, you know what? Screw it. As long as we got coffee, I don't care where it's at, right? It's that equal give and take. One hand washes the other in the receiving and giving mode. It's the reciprocity of it all, 42 equaling 6. So I feel like that's really important. Now, the direction is how you react and respond. Like, what direction do you want to go? Because not every battle needs to be fought. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like move around, move your energy around. We may need to be doing that during a retrograde energy, okay? You know, there goes the change. Something needs to be switched up. Something needs to be changed. It's kind of like, just let it go. Like, just give it up. Or like, can we start over? It's giving that kind of an energy. That the time is now, right? So yeah, it's time to go in a different direction, pretty much for the most part. Whether this is physically, mentally, or emotionally, okay? In the midst of all that, don't let your well run dry. Please, if you ain't got nothing to give, what you giving? Ether? Like, because sometimes you ain't got nothing to give and you give so much, and then all of a sudden it's like, it's like, where did you go? You probably just, oh, I forgot I said that. I forgot I did that. Because you're just spreading yourself so thin, and then you have no water in your chalice and your well is dry, honey. You know what I'm saying? For most part, you know, it's like you give, give, give. It's like you're so loyal to the soil. You know, you're all about making sure everybody's good. You know, you can think of this as like house 4 or whatever. But, and you know, you continue to take action throughout your daily life, but then you forget about yourself. You forget about self-care. You forget about you, and people forget about you because you're so worried about them and catering to them and enabling them and doing whatever for them, but who's there for you? So with that 1 there, it's time for new beginnings. It's time for you to take change. 41 equaling the number of 5. It's time for you to change that. Make sure that you are taking care of you and, of course, the people that are around you, right? Within your home and your surroundings, your environment. But also don't forget about you, okay? So switch that up if you are a person that's doing that, because you're causing yourself to get your energy drained. You're like checking for whenever you're in a detriment, who's there to give you a hug and tell you you're doing well, or pat on the back, or great job. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's doing that for you? And you're the person that's doing that for them. So sometimes you need somebody to take care of you too. That way your well can be full and have water in it and overflow. You know what I'm saying? Only when you're overflowing is when you dish energy out. If you ain't got nothing to give, keep it to yourself until you're re-energized. Period. I learned that the hard way. Trust me. Okay, let's go into Tarotstrology. Let's switch it up. I love the sound of a shuffle. Okay, Tarotstrology, guys. This is where we mix tarot and astrology. Let's see what we get. What are some reminders for the collective for Uranus and Taurus retrograde? What are just a few reminders for the next 5 months for the collective? Uranus in retrograde. Reminders for the collective. Uranus in retrograde. There you have it, folks. All right. Not bad. 1 reversal. What? Probably because it's already in reverse. It's retrograde, right? Okay, so we do have the Hierophant in reverse, which is so funny because it's a Taurian card. And Uranus is retrograde in the sign of Taurus. I swear, just don't be playing with me. So for the collective, guys, what to look out for? A lot of people don't want to change. Remember, like I said, Taurus is a fixed energy. They really like routine. They like to know what's happening, knowing what's going on. And when this is shaken up, this ain't a good thing for them, right? So we all know, expect the unexpected. You're going to have disruptions, challenges, squares, obstacles, but it's all about how you react and respond to it. It's kind of like, you know, you see someone talking mess about you. It's like a test. You know what I'm saying? Or you see something happen, take it as a test. Are you going to go back to your old way of how you maybe used to yell and cuss and get angry, mad, and upset? Or are you just going to be like, you know what? I'm not subscribing to that. Are you redirecting the energy and saying, you know what? This person actually, I'm sorry. I hope you heal. I see that you have a lot of healing that you need to do. So, you know, take care. I hope you get well. You know what I'm saying? Versus like the yelling and the arguing and the screaming and the cussing. Whatever you want to say, I'm just giving you an example. I know change is like, this is why a lot of change doesn't happen within certain people, because it's hard. It's sometimes hard to change. Some people don't want to change. I get it. So here's that battle. Some people were battling that, okay? But you're going to recognize when you don't change, here comes the page. Here comes the page, and it's Page of Swords at that. Ugh. So having that Page of Swords was air signs, very flighty. So if you don't want to change, Uranus is going to come in and disrupt and make changes for you. And it's going to slice you up. It's going to happen whenever you least expect it. It's just going to happen like that, like a pizza pie. It's really just going to slice things up for you, and then you're going to have to deal with it. It's kind of like, you know, when you get a paper cut. Those are the worst. And it's a paper cut. And it's going to be like, God damn it. It's going to be like annoying, right? Because it's going to happen in ways like, we don't like pages. They just come in. You know what I'm saying? And it's a flighty energy. So this is like hoping for that breakthrough. You might get a message. You might hear something. Someone might say something to you. You might get a email, message, or phone call, whatever. It may be a piece of communication, or it may even be a thought. It might be a reminder. It might be something that you're reminiscing on, a memory, a photo, a picture, whatever. Something may come back in your mind, right? It may mess with your mind a little bit with that page energy. Page energy is very immature too. If this is a person coming in, very immature energy. But I always say it's you. So it could be you, okay? No matter no matter what, during a retrograde energy, take action. We have 7 of Wands here, okay? Take action and look good while you're doing it, honey, okay? Do not give up on yourself during retrograde energy. I hate when people say, well, I'm not going to do anything until after retrograde. What? Like, no. Use that fire energy. This is Leo energy. Leos like to keep things lit, okay? If you're with a Leo, they're like, yeah, let's keep it lit. Let's look good while we're doing it. Let's have fun. Bonfire. Woo! Where's the marshmallows and the chocolate? Who's got the beer and the wine? Like, that's so Leo energy. Love to have fun, you know, but also knows when to take care of business as well. So it's like you're still, it's a reminder to still go forward, to still make sure that you are doing the things that you need to do, carrying out your duties, responsibilities, and obligations, but also having fun with that, having a nice balance, but never giving up on yourself either, and forging forward. This is Mars energy. I just did a video on Mars into Libra, so go watch that video on how it pertains to you, okay? Another reminder, continue to stay focused. 8 of Pentacles. Focus on whatever it is that you want to grow. This is also Virgo energy here. So Virgo is ruled by Mercury, right? So you got to make sure that whatever you're focusing on, make sure it's something that you want to see a change in. 8 of Pentacles, like you could be focused on a project or learning something or building a business, your work, gifts, talents, skills. This is like very focused energy. Continue to keep focused. There's a lot of distractions that are playing out that can mess with your mind. Remember, the whole agenda that they have on us is really to like mess with our mind this whole time. It's all in the mind. It's all to bring in fear and doubt, to get you farther away from remembering who you are. So stay focused, okay? Because pages are going to come in. They don't want me to tell you this information. My throat. Pages are going to come in, guys. Another page, Page of Pentacles, where people are going to pop in being nosy. We got energy vampires. When you're so focused and they see you glowing, they see you gleaming, they see you taking care of business and doing what you got to do. Oh, that's a person of light. That's a person that is so ambitious. I'm just going to steal from them. I'm going to take all their energy. In Page of Pentacles. So you got to be careful with these pages coming in and out. They're going to happen during retrograde. You know how they say like exes come back. But this is even you, like patterns, behaviors, old toxic energies that you used to, like old traits of you, like think of old characters of you might be trying to come back in during retrograde because it's comfortable, because you feel like you know how to handle it because you've been there, done that, right? But it might rock you in a whole nother light. So you got to be careful when your old characters come back. Old characters means old patterns and behaviors and ways of thinking and doing things. It might put you in a detriment now because once all these planets go direct, you're going to be like, damn, why did I do that? Oh, I just put myself in a hole. I shouldn't have never went back. It's like everybody's relapsing in a sense when retrograde happens. But it's all about, okay, here's this old character, this old version of you coming in. Whether this is a person, place, or thing, does it fit in with your new character, your new way of being, your new lifestyle? Does it fit into that? Or are you just digging yourself into a deep hole? So be careful of these pages that are going to be coming, okay? They're going to try and come into this new book that you've been writing for yourself and add a little page into this chapter of life right now. So you got to be aware of that, okay? So it's like, it's the nosy energy. Think of like, you know, let's say for example, you know how like you live in a neighborhood and you have, here comes a Jehovah's Witness knocking on the door. You know what I mean? It's like, you're like, and everybody's like, shh, be quiet, turn off the TV. Like if you don't want to answer the door, and some people are like, oh, it's just the Jehovah, hey guys. And like, we'll want to talk to them for like 30 minutes. So which one are you? That's pretty much that. We also have 6 of Wands. So whatever it is that you're tapping into, I love how both Wands came out, 6 and 7. Both Leo energy, Mars energy, Jupiter and Mars. Whatever it is that you're working on, guys, it's going to expand. Whatever it is that you want to see grow, whatever you're taking action on, use that fire energy to make it grow, make it expand. Slow and steady does win the race, but fire burns really fast. So just if you continue to stay consistent, you continue to stay focused, you continue to move forward in this retrograde energy and not allow old people, places, things, morals, values, beliefs, whatever, vices, anything that come in. Don't allow it to rock you to sleep so that you stay stuck in South Node and never change. You want to change. That's on 444. Okay. All right, guys. So that's that. I'm going to go ahead and do the angel deck. Let's see what comes out of that. Any additional messages that we may have. So angel deck really quick. I feel like the messages earlier were so deep. Man, that Remy Oracle. Whew, I love that. All right, so what do we need to hear for Uranus retrograde? Uranus retrograde. Boom. Got him. Got him. Patience, my dear. Patience. So it says, now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student because in the future, you will synthesize your knowledge into action. I love this. This is total retrograde, what I was talking about earlier. Remember, I said it's all about reflecting, reevaluating, seeing whatever you've been putting into your time energy into as far as building stability, support, security for yourself and building your foundation. Has it been making sense? You know what I'm saying? Is it working out for you? Or do you need to shake things up? Do you need to make a couple of changes? So I love this here. It's forcing us, it's slowing down, it's forcing us to go back internally and to check these things out, right? So this is like right on the money. And you know, Taurus energy is all about being patient. No problem there, Bob. We do also have Opal, okay? Your children on earth and in heaven are happy and well cared for by God and the angels. Oh, I guess I need to hear that. Reminder, be a child of God. Be a child of God. I know sometimes you gotta be on demon time, but be a child of God for the majority. I know we're living in Satan, Saturn, we're following that. I need to do that video on my other channel. I'm gonna do it on my other channel. All right, guys, I'm gonna do individual signs, okay? I'm gonna do tarot on this one, give a quick little message for you guys. Everything will be time-stamped. You can also pertain it to your sun, moon, or rising to get a full reading. So let's go ahead and dive in. How far are we? Okay. We're just going to do a one-card pull. Dang, I had to super shuffle that one. Okay. Aries, sun, moon, rising. Damn. Well, whatever comes out is what comes out. Aries, so you're being a little bit impatient about a certain situation that's tapping in. You have the Temperance card in reverse here. It could be something about your emotions, about feelings. It's like you may want to feel a certain way about something. It's like you have the emotional intelligence right now. It's like the divine feminine energy. You got it all tapped in and tuned in and turned on and everything. But there's something that you could be taking action on right now during this time. Some type of change that you're waiting on, but you're a little bit impatient. Like you want something to crack now. Make it happen now. Like you're like, hurry up now. But you got to remember retrograde energy, right? Things are slowed down. So you might be so fast and you love to take Jax. You might be so fast and love to take action and all the things, but you have to remember, sometimes you have to be a little bit patient. Okay? Take your time. And also, too, I love how, like, you could be in your feelers a little bit. Are you dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? I don't want to go there with it. Don't get me started on that. All right, let's do Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. Taurus, ooh, Seven of Pentacles. So Taurus, you've been working on something for a really long time. The Seven of Pentacles here, something that you have been putting your blood, sweat, and tears into. You feel like it's not growing fast enough. It's not where you thought you would be, or it's not where you thought it would be, whether this is building a business, whether this is building a friendship, a love partnership, or whether this is you working on your goddamn self, you know what I'm saying, or a creative project, or a gift, talent, or skill. But, you know, be patient. I feel like it's sprouting, it's growing. You're seeing a little bit of fruits of later. You're seeing a little bit of opportunity peeking. You're seeing the light. You know what I mean? You're seeing you're seeing signs and synchronicities pretty much. But it's like, you're like, damn, do I believe this? What's happening? What's going on? Should I move forward? Keep slow and steady wins the race with that Seven of Pentacles energy. Earth energy is very slow moving, so you can't expect anything to move quick. Rome wasn't built in a day, so take your time with whatever it is that's trying to transpire right now. Trust me, don't give up on it at the Seven of Pentacles, because whatever it is you're tapping into, remember when it gets to that 10 of Pentacles energy, that's where it's like you have that solid foundation. You can take care of you, your family, you can take care of anybody else. You can it's like you built something solid and sturdy, like 10 of Pentacles is the energy of like closing out old cycles and starting something new and actually being proud of it. Okay. Moving on. Gemini. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. Boom. Six of Swords. You're over it. Six of Swords. Gemini, you're moving on to bigger and better things. You're just keeping your head freshly above water here. Change is happening right now. You need to move on, move forward. You could be just hopping on a boat, packing your bags, whether this is moving a location, whether this is you physically actually traveling somewhere or going somewhere. You know, it's kind of hard. You see all the darky, murky waters, you see all the birds here is what I'm talking about. It's kind of like you're like, you know what? I'm taking my things and I'm taking things and I gotta go. So this is a transition or a major move or a major change you need to make, or this is what's going to happen, or this is happening. Whether you're changing your, moving through a different chakra, it's like you could have been so emotional, like in your heart chakra. You could be crying, just sad, depressed all the time, and now it's like maybe you're moving to another chakra. So you could be internally moving, or you could be physically, literally moving here. Whether this is like you need to get out of your location and into something new that ain't working for you. You need a new home, a new house, or a new city, or a new state. Pack your bags and move away. It's time to go. It's time for a change for you. And it might be hard, it might be difficult at first, but I feel like this change is going to be major for you. This is going to be colossal. This is the transition that you need. So it's kind of like you're like, I'm kind of like just treading water. Like I'm doing it, but I'm like, So it's like the unknown, right? It's going into the unknown world, or the unknown energy of like, I don't know how this is going to play out, but fuck it, we're here and we're doing it. Okay, so that's your energy. What's next? Cancer. Cancer, you're all over the place. Jesus. That shuffle was just not cute. You could be scattered with something. Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Ooh, Knight of Swords. We don't like knights. Not saying you know. So Knight of Sword energy, it's like you literally are just in and out. Okay, you're so in and out. This is what I said. You felt confused when I was shuffling. You could be thinking of like, what do I do, or how do I do it, or where should I go, or how should I do this, or how? Look at that. So how easy here. You see? you're in your head a lot lately. You need to be taking more action and getting, I feel like you need to find a balance. Let's just say that. Find a balance with whatever it is that you're tapping into, this Nine of Swords in reverse. It's like, you need to be hop on a buggy and catch a huggy. You need to be ready for whatever it is that you're tapping into here. Because Knight of Swords, they go after what they want and they get it. I feel like there's so many things that you could be after. So many things. Look at that. It keeps happening. So many things that you want. So it's like you have maybe too much on your plate and it's like too many decisions, or it's like you have too many routes that you have to think of before you do that one thing. And then here you go with another thing. It's you think of 10 million different things before you make a decision to go. It's like you're so in your head. What do you have for Mercury? Jesus. It's giving like Mercury and Virgo. Very overanalyzing, overthinking kind of an energy. And this is an air sign too. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So, you know, they're in their head. They're thinking. You're doing all of that. It's a lot of like, you just need to like make a decision and take action and move on. It doesn't matter whether it's a good or bad outcome. Learn from it if it's bad and move on. If it's good, congratulate yourself, move forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, this could also mean you too, like Nine of Swords energy, you're not really talkative either. You're not really like, you're not really engaging in conversation. You're not having any deep conversations. Okay, let's go on. Leo. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Pepper, what are you doing? I wish you guys can see her. She's on top of all the waters. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. I feel like you guys are taking your sweet time. Like when I was shuffling, it was very slow moving. And I see why now. You have Four of Swords. You need rest. You need to sleep. I feel like you've been go, 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 Leo. There's a lot of things that could have been on your mind as well. It's like you're still thinking of love. You have this heart here, but you need rest. And she's coddling like a baby. So it's kind of like, you know, when babies are like, what do they call it? A fetus kind of an energy. It's like you need to wrap yourself up in a nice warm cozy blanket and sleep for like days. Or like you just need to rejuvenate, relax, reevaluate, all the re-words. I feel like you've been go, go, go and doing, that you may need to stop and use this retrograde energy to reflect, take a break, slow down. Okay? But you also have love on the brain too. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Oh, Virgo, you guys are all coordinated and together. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Yeah, you guys are all coordinated forward. Every card was perfect with the shuffle. Everything was so perfect. And you have the wheel. Wheel of Fortune here. You're closing out old cycles, baby. You're bringing home the new. Let me tell you, even though Mars just got out of Virgo, now it's in Libra, that doesn't matter. It's like, you know, we have Sun in Virgo now. This is good fortune. This is abundance coming in. You're like, screw all of that. I'm changing my outfit. I'm changing my hair. I'm changing the place I want to go for my birthday and wherever else. Like, we're doing new things here. New faces, new places. Everything is turning in your favor. But you did put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears because you have the number 10 here. You put a lot of chapters, seasons, ingredients into everything, seasoning that chicken, honey, and you are just reaping the rewards here. So on to new beginnings for you, Virgo. I'm so excited for you. It could have been very hard to close out. I see many other signs here. It's like you're like, wherever the chips may fall, let them be. I'm done with that. I'm done with them. I'm done with this. We're moving on to bigger and better, right? This is perfect. Also too, it's kind of like you're rolling the dice. You have dice here that came out on her chest. It's kind of like you're rolling the dice, taking a chance, taking risks, going forward. This is total Virgo energy. Total Virgo energy. You're like, you know what? Let's go. I'm ready to roll. Gambling can be a thing too. Money, investments. Look at how sturdy, standing on one foot. Like, let's go. I got this. Love that for you. Okay, Libra, sun, moon, rising. Some kind of blockage there. Libra, sun, moon, rising. I knew it. You feel like you lost a little bit of power, Libra. You have the Emperor card in reverse. And this is hitting close to home. This is card number 4. So you may feel like you lost a little bit of power in some form or fashion within your environment, within your home meaning your body, your chakras, your mind, something close to you. You just feel powerless. You feel like you had no power in the situation. Something could have happened to you and you're sitting in it and you're trying to re-energize. So use this retrograde energy to really refocus, really re-energize, do self-care so that you can gain your power back. You can amp yourself back up. You might not feel confident in certain areas of life, whatever area of life that may be. You're not feeling it. You're not runging forward like you were. Your energy kind of now is like, even though Mars is in Libra, but for some of you, whoever this is, not for everybody, but you know, you might be feeling that. Maybe certain things make you feel uncomfortable now to talk about or to do. You know, it's like your world is just kind of rocked upside down in a sense. Now, I'm not saying this is a bad thing, you know, but it just may be something that put you at a halt. It's like you're still doing and carrying out what you're supposed to be doing because it's Aries energy, it's the Emperor, but you're not doing in the normal way that you normally would do it. You're doing it in a different fashion due to maybe some change that occurred, something that happened. Look at the chess piece, okay? It's chess, not checkers. Right now you're in checker mode. You just try to like cross your T's, dot your I's. Like, it's kind of like a person that, okay, this is my alarm clock. All right, wake up, go to work, whatever, do it all over again, yada, yada, back home. Because there's something in your mind. There's something back there. There's something that you can be dealing with for the most part. I don't know what it is, Libra, what you think about, what you plan, what you got going on, or what happened, but you know, this could be something that was out of your control that happened. You know what I'm saying? That you have to deal with. And that happens in life. Some things are out of our control, you know, but I feel like it made you feel kind of powerless. Like you had no say in it. You couldn't do anything about it. You couldn't control the situation. So I'm sending you lots of hug and loves because it felt a little sad. Just a little bit. Okay, next we are tapping into Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. You got Queen of Cups too. Oh. So you have your emotional, emotional intelligence, emotional security. You could be in a nurturing, mothering energy right now where you could be literally either nurturing yourself or it's telling you to nurture yourself if you're not. Self-care. Whatever it is that you're tapping into, put love into it, put feeling and emotion and passion and compassion and whatever it is that you're tapping into if you're not. But if you are, you are. You're there. You're like the mother hen kind of energy, or you can look at it as divine feminine energy. Really pretty much embracing who you are. I feel like there's a lot of power with the Queen of Cups energy. She's someone that knows how she's feeling, what she's feeling, and why she's feeling it, and knows what she's doing. It's like you have enough to give. You have enough, like if somebody's down and out, you're going to, look at that. And when my candles started flickering. But it's also saying it was the red candle too. So it's kind of like, and she's wearing a red dress. You might be, this could also look like, you know, you're more so in your divine feminine. It can also look like unbalanced because of the red candle. You might need to bust in maybe some divine masculine energy too and take action. Okay? Yeah. Because you can be tuned in with how you're feeling and all the things. And then you have that one fish at the bottom that's super deep. Scorpio. It's like kind of giving up your crown, but not like in a bad way, in a way that where it's like, I would say gratitude. That's the best way I can put it. Sag, sun, moon, rising. Sag, sun, moon, rising. Hermit. Sag, you could be feeling like you have so much going on. A lot of deaths and rebirths here with this number 9, just chilling. And you see how it's like this person sitting up on the ledge on the rock. Like, you could be really deep in thought with a lot of things that you have going on. You know, this is like a lot of energy to where you probably had to lose yourself a couple times and pull yourself back up. You know what I'm saying? With this energy here, it's kind of like you might love to be in solitude. Sometimes you might want to crawl in a hole. Sometimes you just need silence, or you just want to be in your own bubble, and you're okay with that because you need a break. You've been around so many energies, or you've been helping a lot of people, or you just been doing, going, and this is what causes the crash of the death and the rebirth version. So I feel like you are going through a transformation. You may need to do some soul searching. Possibly, not for all, but soul searching in a good way, like maybe continue healing, or maybe there's something that you may need to research, find more answers, or just kind of sit back with this retrograde. Take your time, I should say, with the Hermit energy, because you don't want to be in Hermit for too long. Go watch my Mars and Virgo video. That might have something to do with it as far as like Virgo energy, but we also have Sun in Virgo right now too. So I mean, Mercury in Virgo, my bad. With Mercury in Virgo, sometimes you may not want to speak and sometimes you do. You know what I'm saying? It's all about finding a balance here. Okay? It's like you could be in your head a lot with a lot of things, and some things may be unspoken. Yep, and it's so funny because my blue candle here, which is throat chakra vibes. You know, like I said, it's good to stay in solitude and not do certain things certain times, but also too, you got to make sure that you get out. There's something utilizing your throat chakra, talking, speaking, maybe creating a journal, journaling it, therapy, counseling, writing, talking, like it's something in that nature that you still need to be doing in the midst. And it's a lot of blue energy here too. Yeah. So like you got to get it out. This will give you a nice balance. That way you don't go into the mode of like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Capricorn, sun, moon, rising. I act like I ain't got nothing to do tomorrow. I'm up just so late. But it's okay. Capricorn, sun, moon, rising for Uranus and retrograde. You got 2. 2 of Pentacles and 4 of Wands. So Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. Right now you have a lot to juggle. You're juggling so many things that's going on right now. You have a lot of ideas that you want to tap into. And I feel like for the most part, you could be taking action on these things too. Whatever it is that you have ideas about, it's going towards building a foundation, security, and stability for yourself right now, which is allowing you to probably celebrate. But you're also looking for like-minded people, people that are like you that you can celebrate with, go have fun with. This is giving weddings. This is also giving engagement. This is also giving, you know what I'm saying? That's also 4 of Wands energy. There could be someone that you found that synergy with already, or someone that wants to come together with you and build this foundation with you and come together with that. While also you could be having so many things going on. You're like, oh my gosh, should I do this? Should I do that? Do I want to do this? Is this happening? It's like, maybe you're materializing certain things. You've been taking so much action, and now it's time to like, it's like the divine giving you a break. Like, honey, let me give you people that are just like you, that are on the same accord. Or let me give you, this could even be like a lover coming in too, like someone like you, like someone that wants to do for you too. That way you can actually relax and embrace and celebrate life and all the things, you know. This is good. This is beautiful. This could be a fire energy. It could be an Aries, Leo, Sag, because it's 4 of Wands energy, or a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo too, just like you. But this is like you're putting your support towards something. Whether this is a person, place, or a thing, you're building something up, and this could really be something so beautiful. And the energy is reciprocated here, because 4 + 2 = 6. It's like equal give and take. One hand washes the other, kind of an energy. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Amazeballs, love it. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. I'm getting the word lone wolf. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Ooh. And when I say lone wolf, here comes the hangman. Hangman energy ain't nothing to play with. Because it's like you're suspended in the air and you don't know what to do. It's like you're waiting for the breakthrough, you're waiting for the light bulb moment in a hangman energy. Whatever you're taking action on, it's leaving you suspended in the air, and it's causing you to pull up these emotions and feelings about something, because you have that number 2 there, and 1 + 2 = 3. So it's like it could be someone within your surroundings. This could be something that you're dealing with right now. It's like you're leaving yourself spinning. There's a lot of sigils in here too. I'm hearing something. There's a lot of sigils here too. You need to create your own sigil. We are in this stagnant energy, Aquarius. I hope nobody else is involved in this, but you need to create your own magic square and really try to figure life out for real. Because it ain't nothing with being stuck and stagnant in a hangman energy. You also need to protect your energy as well. One of my candles is like right now with your energy, Aquarius. You need to protect your energy. There's someone trying to tap into your energy possibly here. Someone that's around you in your surroundings, in your vicinity where you live, because 1 + 2 = 3. All right. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. All Pisces. The shuffle on that, it was a little scattered, I'm just saying. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. You have the Tower card in reverse. Okay. There's some abrupt changes that could have occurred with Tower moments, since the Tower card's in reverse. Now, always people think when it's upright, it's bad, and when it's in reverse, it's bad. But I feel like here with the Tower card, it's like you went through the Tower already, and now it's like you're picking up the pieces and you're coming up with solutions on how to deal with it, on how to rebuild, whatever this may be. And whatever it is that you're taking action on. It's like, let's say, for example, you were going through a relationship with someone, or you were dealing with a money situation, or something wasn't equal. Something like, it's like you losing a friend or a lover or a job or a house, a car, something that you lost. And so it's like picking up the pieces, because that's that number 6. The energy wasn't reciprocated, okay? You know, it's so funny. There's this video that I was watching probably earlier, and it was just like saying like people that, I think I put it on my spill. It's like when you mess with someone, that really had good intentions for you and you just treated them like crap, it's like they're gonna receive karma like for that. You know what I'm saying? So you feel like that nice guys finish last energy. It's like you could have been so nice to someone and just gave them whatever, but for whatever reason, they kind of ditched you or left you, you don't talk to them, or this is like maybe you know, letting kind of that thing go. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like you're trying to rebuild. You're in the rebuilding phase. This could even be you, like maybe you had a business and maybe it, you know, went down or it wasn't going well, so you're starting something new. Or maybe this is like you know, losing a job or and starting a better job, or maybe losing that title at that job and starting over fresh with something new. But you're starting something from the ground up. You're starting fresh with something. And 16, 1 and 6 equals 7. So this can even be something spiritually speaking. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like you're going from the bottom to the top with something. You're taking the bricks of whatever it was and you're rebuilding something. Okay? It's like a major change, a major shakeup. Like it's a major shift, but I feel like you know what it is because you're going through it already. You're already creating solutions for it. All right, guys, so that is your spread. I'm going to go ahead and have fun with all these timestamps for you guys, or you can refer back to it. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button and click the bell, because the next video is going to be talking about the full moon in Pisces. So you want to stay tuned in, tap and turn on for that. I love all of you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.